Hey everybody, I'm Marc Accetta, your Director of Training, and I'm sure you're having an amazing time at the regional you're attending today. I just need to get in here through video and make sure this message is definitely delivered properly. That's very important to all of us with the WorldVentures executive team so that we know you're getting this information exactly as we intend you to get it. So if you've ever been to one of my trainings, I've always said I've been in network marketing for over 30 years, and to me, the best part of it, there's so many good parts as a career network marketer, so many good things, but to me personally, the best part I've always said is that you can do whatever you want whenever you want. And then I go kiddingly and say the worst thing is you can do whatever you want whenever you want, trying to make a point that you're your own boss. You don't have a boss like you may have in the real world, so you need to hold yourself accountable. But when I was looking back at that one day, I said, you can do whatever you want whenever you want. Well, you can't do whatever you want whenever you want. You do have to follow our policies and procedures. Now, I know when many of you get started, you're so excited about learning about the product and making sales and maybe starting to build a team if that's what you want to do, that you kind of focus on the information. You leave the policy and procedures on the side. I'm going to strongly recommend you read those as soon as you possibly can. I know they're not fun and exciting, but if you were to become a stockbroker, you would have to know the rules and regulations you can operate by. Same thing in real estate. This is a profession. So for just right this moment, I know now that I've said that, you guys are going to be wonderful reps and you're going to go read the policies and procedures. But just for a couple minutes at a very high level, let me tell you some of the things that people maybe do incorrectly if they are not guided properly. Here's a couple of typical ones. First of all, we want you to always be forthcoming. We don't want to ever deceive somebody. So if you're going to invite them to come and look at a presentation where you're going to try to recruit them into the business, tell them that there's some sort of business opportunity or presentation, something you want to show them. If you're trying to sell them a membership, say something in the invitation that you have a new business you're working with and you have a travel membership and you're excited to show it to them. We don't want to in any way mislead people. That's just a general rule of thumb. I believe the old golden rule, do to others the way you'd want them to do it to you. So I think when new people, not just in our company, in the whole industry start off, they're pretty gun shy about getting into what they're inviting for. And by all means, we don't want you to give the whole presentation over the phone. I'm sure they've already trained you today. That's not the deal. When someone says, well, what is it? You need to say, well, that's why I need to sit down with you and give you all the information. You don't want to go ahead and do a presentation when they ask that question, but the point is, you just want to be straightforward. You never in any way want to be misleading with anyone, okay? So that's number one. Number two, let's talk specifically about our Dream Trips reward points. First of all, I know a lot of the trainers in the room remember, like I do, the first 7, maybe 8 years of the company, there was no such thing. When you became a Dream Trip member, you paid $200 to get the gold membership, and you got the membership. Now you get the membership and $200 in Dream Trips reward points, which is awesome. Now, like with any incentive for loyalty, which is really what those things are, there's going to be terms and conditions. So sometimes people will say, maybe you just don't know any better, that when you join, you spend $200 and you immediately get that money back. Well, you don't get that money back. You get 200 Dream Trips reward points that you can use on trips. Some people also saying you can use that $200 in Dream Trips reward points on any trip you want. Well, not all trips allow you to use 200 Dream Trips reward points. A lot of the welcome Dream Trips won't let you use that many. So again, we're just trying to make sure no one has unrealized expectations. What we want to do is under-promise and over-deliver, not the other way around. Some people also refer to the Dream Trips reward points as a travel savings account. Wow, we don't want to use that terminology. Now, I know what you're saying, that each month you pay your dues. If you do it for 12 months, at the end of the year, you get all that money that's put in Dream Trips rewards points. But when you say savings account, some people, especially if they're not really paying attention, could get confused. You need to explain things like, you get these reward points, you can't use them all at one time on one trip, but they're there and it's a way for you to take future dream trips less expensively than the full price of the dream trip. See, it's still extremely valuable, and remember what I said, years ago there was no such thing. So we can certainly allow them to use the rewards points. We just don't want them to think they can use them all on one trip, and certainly not like a savings account, because when if they decide to terminate their membership, you and I know those reward points go away. So we don't want them thinking they can terminate and still have hundreds and hundreds of reward points that they can use. So if someone does want to terminate, they can always terminate. Let them know that's fine. Just let them know that they will lose their Dream Trips reward points. So those are a couple of things we found out right from the get-go are being sometimes misrepresented by uninformed new people. You may know all this stuff. We just want to make sure you're aware of those couple of things to get started. Okay, now one of the other things I want to talk to you about is you get into this, and if you start making some pretty good money with this, we really shy away from making income claims. And I know some of you may wonder, well, why is that? It's like, look, just put it to you this way. The way this industry is regulated, it's felt that if you're making an unusually high amount of income, it's misleading to an average person who's looking at your opportunity, because such a very, very small percentage of all the people who join a company are making that kind of money. And this is definitely true industry-wide. It's not just with our company. So what we really try to say, guys, is let's just not make income claims. Now, an income claim is not just me saying, hey, Bob, I made this much money last month. That's definitely an income claim. If you ever do any sort of income claim, use the income disclosure statement. We do have an income disclosure statement that shows people what this concern is about. Although you may have made a lot of money, here's the statistics, here's a small percentage of people that are able to do so. But for me, like, especially on social media, we don't want people making posts that imply that we're making an unusually large amount of money. So, for example, some of our top people have Mercedes and Ferraris and big old homes and stuff. Bottom line is, just don't post about that stuff. And I know some of you may feel that's not fair. I understand, but again, we want to be the most compliant company in the world. You having a picture in front of an exotic car is not going to have 55 people inbox you and say, geez, can I join your company? So you may think it will, but I promise you from lots of experience, that's not the case anyway. You're going to want to sit down with someone, do a presentation, they have to believe in the product, believe in you, all that kind of good stuff. So now what we can do, instead of showing our expensive watches and cars and houses, that's what typical network marketers do. And we'd really like to separate ourselves from that stigma that some people have about the industry anyway. And a lot of people have that stigma because really, I don't see too many really successful attorneys going, look at my watch, check out this watch, you should be my client. You know what I mean? It would just be really cheesy. So we don't want to go there. We want to be a little bit more classy, I think would be the right way to say it. Now, you and I have a product that's a travel membership. Now, we all know you don't need to buy the membership to be a rep, so if you don't have the membership, that's fine. But if you do have the membership and you are traveling and you're in front of the Eiffel Tower, or you're on the beach in the Bahamas, or you're in Hawaii with a lei around your neck, or skiing somewhere, whatever you might be doing, posting pictures like that are awesome. I would say not a lot of words to, because what we don't want to do is have you start bashing people who have a job. Oh my gosh, what are you doing on a Thursday? Do you have a stupid job driving? Guys, we don't want to insult people. But if you post a picture and it's a Wednesday and you're on a ski slope in Chile, that would probably get people to go, wow. You know what I mean? It's a very indirect approach, but it's something for people to see your lifestyle, what's going on. And again, don't put hashtags like no job, I'm retired. Let's just have a no hashtag policy in general. Post a beautiful picture. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. So you're at a great restaurant, you're at a sporting event, you're enjoying some kind of wonderful life experience. We're the peak experience company, so post those kinds of pictures, but let's stay away from income claims and anything that shows a way above average lifestyle, because again, most people in the company aren't going to make it, so let's just make a decision not to do that. One other thing that people do when it comes to travel is they say that we travel at wholesale prices. Guys, our dream trips, we're always making sure our dream trips are 25% below the bar, below the best available rate. Getting a good price for our company is incredibly important, but they're not wholesale prices. I don't know if you're familiar with wholesale pricing with that's not what we're doing, okay? And to say to people, join our membership and you're going to get wholesale pricing all the time, again, that's just an over-promise type situation. So for you to say we have great prices, extremely competitive prices, even quoted our goal is to get at least 25% the best available online rate for every one of our dream trips, can say that all day long. Just please eliminate the verbiage of saying wholesale and we'll all be a whole lot better off. And then lastly, let me go back to what I was sharing with you about if someone does want to cancel their membership. First of all, don't fight it. Okay, if they don't want to be here anymore, they don't want to be here more. People get memberships at gyms and stuff all the time and they cancel them. That's okay. That's why you always want to add more customers, because it's just part of business that you're going to have attrition. I would say don't make it hard for them. Don't withhold any information. As a matter of fact, if you know exactly how someone cancels, let them know what to do, because while they go away, you lose one sale, at least they go away and they're not upset. But when you don't give them that information, or they feel you're misleading or not giving them forthrightly the information, then they get frustrated. We don't want that, guys. Again, we want to really be the most trusted company in the network marketing industry. We want to be different than all the other guys. So again, just a few tips for you to understand. Most importantly, always be honest, always be straightforward. If someone doesn't buy today, so what? If someone doesn't sign up today, so what? If we go to bed every night knowing we did unto others the way we'd like them to do unto us, then you'll feel great about your business, and World Ventures will certainly feel great about having you in our business. That's all for now. Again, read the policies and procedures, and I look forward to seeing you at our next live event, the big 3-day live events. That's where I get a chance to work with you directly. Now get back to your regional and have an outstanding day.